Welcome back, everybody. This is Mike, and this is Foxes Abroad, and this is just a Thanksgiving update. My wife's in there cooking up a storm. It smells delicious, and I'm just out in the garage, bebopping around, doing some mock-up, and I'm going to bring you in a minute to show you what I got going on, but it's pretty disappointing, and I've changed my mind again, but hey, it's my channel, my garage, I can do what I want. So, if you can see, the front end of the engine is together. I got the correct timing chain in, with some parts from Summit, got the timing pointer, got everything on and mocked up. I had, last Friday, I got sick. I got, still got remnants of the Rona, so I'm just kind of quarantining myself out for the last couple of days. We had John and his wife invited over for Thanksgiving, but it's best to stay away and not to get anybody else sick. Just the family today, and just gonna have a good time anyway. But I'm out here, and when you're home for hours, nothing to do, and there's no football games on or anything like that over here, because it's 6 hours ahead, so football games are probably gonna be kicking off by the time we're getting ready to go to bed. Out here, mocking things up, and I didn't like what I was seeing. I was trying to set up for checking the proper length push rods, and I couldn't get a decent wear pattern. No matter what I could try, I had adjustable length push rod. I'm checking this, checking that, and let me take you off the camera stand and bring you over close, show you what I was doing. So these rockers are very unique. They're old competition cams, adjustable fixed pedestal rockers. So I don't really know what that does for you. That's probably why they didn't make them very long, because they didn't. They're not doing anything for me trying to get these rockers or the geometry set up right. So the roller tip really wanted to be off this bottom edge of the valve, and I needed to go down further on the pedestal is really what it needs. But you can't really go down any further on the pedestal because you run out of clearance up in here, and these have already been machined out. Let me grab one of these. You see the shiny aluminum part there, right through there, because of the large diameter of these titanium valve retainers. It's very fixed on how much movement you have to work with pedestal mount rockers. So I have made myself an adjustable push rod length checker or tool, and it was getting shorter and shorter and shorter shorter to try to make the geometry work right at the end of the valve. And even with this thing cranked in, I think I measured it out as 5.9 inches, and a stock Fox one I think is 6.250. So over a quarter inch, well over a quarter inch shorter than a stock push rod is. And that's where it wanted to be. So I started going upstairs to the computer and looked online to see how much, if I can get a set of push rods. I mean, even stock Fox push rods, man, you could probably get them from 50 to 70 bucks or something, or a really nice set for 100. But yeah, I didn't want to put a whole lot of money into this motor to get it going. I just need some push rods. But man, those are short push rods, 5.90, and they're practically gonna have to be custom. Almost the minimum I saw was 10 bucks a pop, up to $15 to $16 a pop, times 16. So minimum I'm looking at is like 160 bucks plus shipping. And that's another, punch in the gut for trying to get this engine together, because these heads have just been worked too much, in my opinion. So even with the push rod issue aside, now I found another issue that I'm going to show you. These heads have been skimmed a lot. So they skim the heads and they get closer and closer to the deck. That's why the push rod length wants to be so much shorter, because they skimmed it and skimmed it. So you think you're going to skim your heads and gain some compression and some power. Well, you better be in for all the other changes that are going to happen when you do that. So the push rods are going to need to be shorter. All of the pushing the valve clearance issue is the second one. And the third one, if I can bring you in, see the intake manifold bolts are now very offset because the holes for the intake have walked down when you skim the head, so they've come in and in and in, and you can't even really get a bolt in there straight. Let me go get some bolts and show you. All right, I just opened up a new pack of bolts here. Because the head has been skimmed, has walked itself in, I don't even know if I can get, oh, there it is, just push the intake over to get it started. Oh, is it starting? Yeah, it's going down in there. But now, boy, if I had the other head on here still, it would have pushed the intake over, and these bolts, you couldn't get the bolt on. So what I would have to do is get a grinder and elongate the inside of these holes all the way down just so the bolts can thread into the intake. And what a pain that was going to be. So another custom thing that I was going to have to do. See, the intake just slid back over to the left. So, and if you can see, iron GT-40P 4-bar head is on the driver's side of the motor. These bolt holes, let me see if this camera light works. Let me get the big light. You can see underneath the hole where the light is, there's the better. It's straight underneath the hole, right where it needs to be. So if I do the same over here, so there's where the hole is for the driver's side. Is that even centered up? Yeah, it's centered up. So barely could even start the threads on a bolt, and some of these other ones are worse. It's worse as you go back. There's what that one is, and that one's right dead center. So that's the third strike for these heads, because I set a stock push rod in the GT-40P and we're all good to go. I don't have to do anything fiddling around. I don't really know if I want to use these nice rockers in this combo, but I may. And then there's still the fact that this head has had a lot of damage underneath, and longevity is a thing that would concern me if I would sell it. If it was me just horsing around and I wanted to try these heads out, that's good. But if you're gonna try to earn some good money and charge a couple, probably 5,000 to 6,000 pounds is what I'm gonna get for this motor when it's all said and done. I want it to last a long time, and there's doubts how long this head would, from the integrity of all the valves breaking underneath and the repairs. I don't know what condition or how much these valve springs have been beat up. I mean, it's a good-ish head. I'd love to try to run it, but man, it's all the little things that are stacking up that really make me not want to use it and just run the GT-40Ps. So, and if I run the Ps, everything's going to go together. It's going to last a long time. It's nearly, the ports aren't bad. So let me take you in. So there's very little around the perimeter, just a little at the bottom, you know, even with this intake. So they're almost, it's a great port match. Why did the fly just go in there? To this Torquer 2, and you can see, you know, it's almost a little bit big. What the hell are you doing? Got him. So, I mean, I don't think we're going to be really losing out by running the Ps. The exhausts are a little smaller, but I don't think that's a detriment. So because all that we have to worry about, I was here putting a spark plug in. So I was looking at the, let me give you some light here, how the spark plug comes out right underneath this, the bolt. So I think if I get this set of headers for like the high post style headers, I've seen it where they can kind of come down and I can make clearance. And if I run a 90-degree spark plug boot, it's easy because it's still the same like HCI style boot as on a distributor. So I'll just swap the boots around, give it 90-degree boots, clearance, get the classic look. I can paint the heads blue, so it'll be easier. Because if you come over here, straight where the bolt is, you know, there's the spark plug angle here. You know, more clearance on the traditional style, but if I can make these work with the manifolds, I'll sell it with the manifolds. Well, I'll charge them for them, but that's how it'll be when I sell it. It'll look like a classic traditional engine, and they can drop it in and go, and I think that's going to be the ticket. I'm glad I mocked it up. That pretty much sealed the deal on which direction I'm going to go, and I'm going to use the P's. I mean, maybe I can sell those to somebody who's willing to do all the changes and the custom thing it's going to need to fit them, but I don't want to do it. And maybe if I could sell it cheap enough, they could take the risk, and I'm going to lose money. By the time I bought the heads, bought some extra new valves to put in them, the time and things like that, yeah, I'll lose some money, but you can't win them all. And, you know, who knows, maybe I'll have a good set of shelf hangers or something like that, the original Y302 heads. But anyway, the rest of the motor here is taking shape. I had to drill the hole and stick this dipstick tube in. I don't like chrome, hate chrome stuff, but chrome is all I can get until like back order dates of next year, so I could just scuff this up and paint it. Even the same thing with the alternator bracket that I got is chrome because you couldn't get the regular one. And they were the same price, but you couldn't get it. And one thing I had to do, traditional early Mustang water pumps, the intake from the radiator comes in on the passenger side. 5-liter Mustang stuff, reverse rotation, the water neck comes in from the driver's side. Well, if you put a 50-ounce balancer, 302 block, the timing marks want to be over here. So with this water neck in the way, there's no way you can see the timing marks, and you can't even get the timing pointer over here. So in order to remedy that, you get an early timing cover and put the timing mark here, and then I staked it for top dead center, and I'm going to get some timing tape. I'm going to stick it there, and then that's how you set your timing. Easy as that. I got to get pulley's on order. I wanted to get the pan on. That was the big thing. I wanted to close it up and get it painted. Got the pan and got the oil pump, pickup, the dipstick tube. Everything's in place. Getting around in here, and couldn't find my gaskets. So I had oil pan gaskets. I had a whole gasket set that I ordered, and I got lots and lots of extra gaskets that I went through and doing all kinds of stuff. But in the move, I lost it. I don't know where it got to. If it's shoved behind somewhere, I'm not taking all those boxes out to look. But that was the intake manifold gaskets. But I don't know where the heck the gaskets got to. So I got to order another set. Another delay, but such is life over here. I got other things to order as well. You know, I got distributors to rebuild. And it's just my box of push rods. But that's the update on the 302 build. I did manage to get the car out. Well, you can see it. You can see the got the certified calibration SSP speedometer head in there. I took it apart and clocked the miles, so the miles are the same as they were before. And I did figure out that my high beam problem was the switch. See how it goes out? If I push it a little harder, see? So, flash to pass works. I ordered this last July, so it's outside the 1-year warranty mark for LMR, so that's awesome. So, I mean, I need one bad. I ordered a new one, and it was on its way with some other parts, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. So, getting back to work from being sick, getting through the holidays here, waiting for some parts. And that's just the change of direction and the update for the old 302. And once I hit payday, I'll get some more parts coming. And yeah, so just giving you something to watch for Thanksgiving. And I'll get this uploaded soon. And you guys take care. And thanks again. Talk to you later.